Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. All right, everybody, welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I, myself, am Dr. Cush. We are here today to bury some hatchets. We have some hatchets to bury. Over the time that I have been your online bartender, I have, at times, been awfully rude to a few companies. I don't think Roses is ever going to reach out to me. But, you know, sometimes you're able to find new ways to be friends with people you thought you might not be friends with. That is what we are after today. After just, I had a few phone calls. We are going to be doing cocktails today from the company Jeppsons, a Chicago company that makes a liqueur called Malört. Now, Malört and I have a checkered past. We have a checkered past. And we're going to get into my checkered past. We're going to get into what Jeppsons is and why we have decided now to reintroduce Malört into our lives. And we're going to make a few cocktails with it in order to, maybe I can turn some of you guys on to Malört. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, listen, there might be a link later if you guys want to find some Malört. I believe, well, I think Kyle might put that up later where you guys can buy Malört through kushtender.com. So we will find that. We'll talk about that later. But first, let me say hello to all the people here. First, listen, Bootopia wants in. He's honking at me. Bootopia has gone full goose. He's going to try and get into this bar by hook or by crook. And there he is. Now, here's the man of the hour. Right behind him. Moose. It will be Moose's birthday on Monday. We're very excited about that. And please, I just, with peace and love, with all that I have for you, please don't ask me to do a new cocktail for each of you for your birthday. I will do them sporadically. I will not do them if you ask. It says, oh my gosh, I realized what I was opening up to. But I figured Moose, he's waking up at 3 a.m. I've created a little cocktail for him. I've really what it is, Moose, is I went back through some of my old cocktails I created a while ago. Some of them didn't have names, and I gave you one. So that's how that is. But Moose is here, and he is ready to go. A big happy birthday to Moose coming in. Bon Bon already saying she is not into the Malört. That's all right. Maybe I will be able to turn you guys back to Malört. I know it's a tough road ahead, but maybe I will be able to bring you guys in there. Shawnee P is here. I see Shawnee P could not find any of the Malört, but he got Mr. Black instead. That's great. Honestly, Mr. Black is very nice, but maybe maybe Malört is in your future. Mr. Highway is enjoying this class exactly like I want him to. Orange whip, 3 orange whips. He's got 3 orange whips and a fatty ahead of him. So, my goodness, Mr. Highway 666 living the life. Speaking of living a life, there's my good friend Amy Beer. She is here and ready to learn all about the wonderful, wonderful world of Jeppsons Malort. Here is Kyle Tender, Saturday. Good to see you, pal. Who else do we have here? Oh, DC Debbie Clark, winner of the 2023 Kush-Tucky Derby. I have some news about the Kush-Tucky Derby. I will give that to you soon. There is going to, unfortunately, have to be a change of date for the Kush-Tucky Derby. My silly friend, Clayton, who was a guest on the show, decided that's a great time to be married, is on Kentucky Derby Day. And I've already told him I would be there. Disgusting. So I'm going to yell at him, but I can't do it. Kush Without a Beard, I just saw that. What happens with Kush Without a Beard? What happened to me? Oh, gosh. Now I don't know what's happening. Oh, Avery is here. Let me just, oh, dang, Avery, I don't have your thing. Just trust me. Hello, Avery. Avery gets to stay after the bar. That is always a fun time. I've seen it mixed with a few things. I didn't know what to revamp the recipe. That says, okay, Paulie Bellinardo, wow, finally gets to use that tiny bottle of Malort. Absolutely. And after that, Paul, after you try this, I do think you're going to want to get some more Malort. Again, we will pop that link on here soon. Dr. Cush, it's at /buy Malort. Here is our friend Keith. Keith is here. Keith is ready to go. Keith also, as it turns out, gets to stay after the bar close. Celebrating UConn's 30-0 run. Doing great stuff over there. Let's see. Anybody else? Oh, the UF Mark is here. Cheers to the UF Mark. Tombo stole poor Bootopia's Malort. That Tombo is all over the place. Dougie G, not a fan of Malort. That's okay, Dougie G. When we put it into some of these cocktails, you're going to want it. You're going to want this Malort real bad. And then Susan Lang with a hi Cushies. Hi to Susan Lang. How are you? Okay, let's get into this cocktail. Let me tell you my initial story with Malort, okay? The first time I'd ever even heard of Malort, this was 15, 16 years ago, and I saw that it won world's worst liquor. The world's worst liquor. The worst liqueur in all the world. Well, what does that make me want to do? It makes me want to fly to Chicago, the only place at that time that it was available, and it makes me want to buy Malort, try Malort, and decide, okay, what's the very bottom? So I did. I just started dating my now wife, my then very new girlfriend, and we flew into Chicago, stayed at a wonderful hotel there called the Drake. Met with my dad's favorite bartender of all time. It's not me. Surprise! Real quick, I am not my father's favorite bartender. My father's favorite bartender is a guy named Tuwat, and he works at the Drake. First of all, hilarious, lovely name. One of the greatest guys of all time. His name is Tuwat. I asked the concierge, "Hey, where can I find Malort?" And the concierge says, "What are you talking about? You don't find Malort. Just don't find it." Eventually, greased his palm. I actually just put grease on his palm, and he said, "Listen, get the hell out of here. And if you want Malort, head to the south side." So I popped into a taxi cab, found my way to a south side bar where they did have Malort. I ordered a shot for myself, and I believe I ordered one for my wife. Maybe she was smart enough, she didn't have any. I took the shot of Malort and said, "Huh, that's not so bad. It doesn't make me want to die or anything. I'm not like dying. It's fine. It's bitter. It's Malort. It's wormwood. That's what Malort is." So I say to myself, I says, the best thing that I can do to ingratiate myself amongst all of these great people of the south side of Chicago, why don't I buy them all a shot of Malort? And that's what I proceeded to do. I bought every single person in that bar a shot of Malort. I'm coming from Los Angeles. There's no Midwest nice in Los Angeles. I assumed I would buy it. Most people would reject it or take it and then not talk to me. Every single person in that bar then bought me a shot of Malort. We're talking in the 20s. And I'm not about to back down. I finished all those shots of Malort. All of them. Every single one that came to my table, I finished. My wife, my then very new girlfriend, threw me over her shoulder, got me into a taxi cab, and got me back to the hotel. No, I don't remember any of this. Honestly, if it had not been for her, I would probably be homeless on the south side of Chicago right now. The next day was our big Chicago day. For those of you who don't know, I have a love of pizza and a fear of heights. We went to a Chicago pizzeria. I couldn't eat a thing, throwing up the whole time. And then we went to the top of the Willis Tower or the Sears Tower, whatever we were calling it at that point. And my vertigo kicked in and I started sweating and panicking. And I just couldn't take any of it. That's not the worst part, though. Worst part is when we got on the plane later that night to fly back to LA. And midway through the flight, my hangover kicked in. I didn't realize that what I had had before was just continued drunkenness from the night before. That's what I had all day. It was just continued drunkenness from the night before. The hangover kicks in on the plane, and I have to make a very, very tough decision about whether or not I'm going to die on this airplane or I'm going to get them to land the plane because I need medical attention immediately. Because Malort does not, for whatever reason, does not filter through your liver like real alcohol does. The wormwood affects you in different ways. So now I'm pretty sure I'm going to die. I turn to my girlfriend, now wife, and say, I don't know what to do, but they have to land the plane. They have to land this plane. I did ask a stewardess how that goes. Can they land the plane? And she said no. I said, okay, well, I guess plan B then is I'm going to die on this airplane. So I went into the bathroom and landed the plane, hugging a toilet in an airplane. That is my experience with Malort. I then threw up outside of the car the entire drive home. We're talking a full day later. It took the hangover to kick in. So this is powerful stuff. And this stuff and I have a deep, deep history, which I assume is why I started getting phone calls recently about, changing my mind about Malort. So that's what we are doing. We are going to be taking this Malort and making it into cocktails. And hopefully we can change the perspective. We can change people's minds on what Malort is. So that is what we're doing. We're going to start with a cocktail that uses Malort. It is called the Hard Sell. It's called the Hard Sell. It comes out of a now defunct, unfortunately, but a great Chicago bar called the Lost Lake. And it does use equal parts to make this cocktail. And one of those equal parts is Jeppsons Malort. So let's grab our Jeppsons Malort right here. This is the Chicago stuff. This is the new formula. The formula that I had before was not the new formula. That was the old formula. So it has changed. So hopefully, it's a much better product at this point. And I do believe that it has to be. So let's start off with 3/4 of an ounce of some Jeppsons Malort. Put that off to the side there. Oh, yeah. Wormwood. Yum. We love wormwood. That's one of our favorite things now. Okay. It does split the base. Love a split base. We're going to bring in this handsome fella. This is just some regular old dry gin. We don't want to do the whole thing with Malort. Obviously, Malort is a big flavor. This instead, though, is just some gin to sort of bolster that flavor, give it a little bit more herbal-ness, a little bit more botanical. So we're going to put in 3/4 of an ounce of some dry gin. There we go. Okay. We have now our base of spirit. For those of you who follow me, know exactly what we are doing here. We now need to give it some sweet and some sour, or some savory and some sweet, or we just need to balance this whole thing out now. So we're going to take just a little bit of lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And if we're starting off with this real bitter bad boy, why not bring in, I feel like, the opposite of Malort. I would say, if I had to say what is the opposite of Malort, I would say most likely Saint Germain. It is an elderflower liqueur. I would say that this is the opposite of Malort. Let's go ahead and put in 3/4 of an ounce of some Saint Germain. Oh. There we go. Jen is confused. You need to start gagging when you smell Malort. Yeah, I used to. I used to. I really did. I used to gag when I smell Malort, but it's amazing, now that I know all about Malort, now that Malort has come to the channel and is helping us out a little bit. I am happy to smell Malort. Honestly, wormwood smells great. Let me say hello over to our good friend Alex's Life. He is let me just check to make sure, our sole Twitch watcher. We do have a very tiny presence on Twitch, and that is our good friend Alex's Life. So thank you, Alex's Life. I love it. Mr. Highway 666, wormwood, isn't that absinthe? So absinthe, the flavor that you're smelling is anise. It's anise, but absinthe used to be filtered through wormwood, and they would say that is, or it would be mixed with wormwood. They would say that's what would make you hallucinate. Wormwood, not great for you. Although Carl Jeppson, the owner of Jeppsons Malort, the originator of Jeppson Malort, did sell this stuff as a medicine. So go ahead and put in half an ounce of some simple syrup just to bring up the sweetness in this a little bit. And there, my folks, we have it. This is the whole drink. We're going to throw this in right here. We want lots of ice. More ice means that we're going to, less melting, which means that we're going to be able to taste all the ingredients in here. And we want to taste all the ingredients. All these ingredients are good quality American ingredients, except for Saint Germain. That's French. But go ahead and give this a big shake. Throw this into a nice frosty glass. Why not this glass? This glass looks nice enough at least. Pour this out. There we go. That's a good looking drink right there. Boy, oh boy. You can smell some of that bitter coming off of it. You can smell some of the gin is certainly in that. Yeah, let's get our noses real deep into that. Really, really good. This right here, a great example. If you were to buy some Malort or just, have some Malort lying around, a great example of a cocktail that you can make with Jeppsons Malort out of Chicago. It's back to Chicago, back with, it used to, for a while, it had left Chicago and it's back in Chicago now. So the people that know what they're doing are back at the wheel of this cocktail. So cheers to you guys. Oh, delicious. Boy, oh boy. I love some wormwood, honestly. Just a quick tiki pour of a little bit of the Malort. I think that's what we're looking for at this point. Just a little bit, like find that bitter and really attack it. Really go at it. Yeah, I like that one. Boy, really nice. For all of you new Malort heads, or those of you that are finding your way to Malort, I think this is a great kind of way to do it. I'm gonna just real quick, I'm gonna just take a touch of this, maybe just pour a little bit in here so that I can really kind of sense where that Malort is. Oh yeah. Remember, when we're smelling anything, we want to get our nose right in here. Nice deep breaths. Big swig. Let it swish around in your mouth for a minute. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. That is good stuff, my friends. That is the liquor of Chicago. Listen, Mr. Highway 666. Now I know something about Chicago other than the Blackhawks, and Ferris Bueller is from there. Cheers. You're very welcome, Mr. Highway 666. Yeah, now you know that the official liqueur of Chicago is Jeppsons Malort. Okay, Kyle, do you want to come get this from me? I know that Kyle, for a while, Kyle shared my opinion on Malort. Maybe, honestly, maybe Kyle will change his opinion. Kyle, do you want to come grab this from me? There we go. Really nice. There you go, pal. Enjoy that. Yeah, just I don't know why you're making a face. It's Jeppsons Malort, the good stuff. I need you to drink that, and I need you. Yeah. Okay, don't make a face. Why are you making a face? Don't make a face. Get out of here. Okay. Paul Bellinaro saying it's not bad. Paul, listen, if anybody, I don't want it back. No, you drink it. Okay, fine. Oh, I'm caught on a thing. Okay, fine. I'll just put this one right here. Paulie Bellinardo, who knows cocktails, a guy that knows about cocktails, saying this is not bad. Hey, maybe I should be able to. Maybe you guys should get into some more. Who knows? I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Tom Hubbard. Just saying some stuff, I guess. Bootopia is agreeing with him. No big deal, I guess. Jen's worried about that's a big shot. Don't worry about that. Okay. Honestly, don't worry about what you guys are saying. In my line of work, over the many years. Well, okay. Kyle's also saying something. Don't worry about what Kyle's saying. It's not important what Kyle's saying. Over my many years doing what I do, which is bartending, I've had the opportunity to be a brand ambassador to a number of great liquors. Now, what does brand ambassadorship mean? Well, let me tell you what brand ambassadorship means. Basically, when you are a brand ambassador, a lot of liquor companies just don't go through the process of advertising their booze. It doesn't always help. You see like the big ones, Bacardi, a lot of the beers will advertise their beer, but for the most part, advertisers have found, or liquor companies have found, that the best way to sell a liquor is to go directly to bartenders. So when you're at the point of sale, a customer will come up and say, "Oh gosh, I don't know what vodka I should have." And if you've been supported by a certain company, you will say, "Oh, as a bartender, as a person that's about to sell you this thing, I will tell you from my expert opinion that this is great." So it's a point of sale kind of thing. Then we would go up a touch to brand ambassador. And now the brand ambassador's deal is to go into bars and preach the good word of the cocktails ahead of them. So, as a brand ambassador for past companies, working my way into new companies, one of the things that brand ambassadors have to do is create cocktails. And I figured, why not? I mean, we're doing a Malort night anyway. Why wouldn't I take what I know, what I do well, and sort of create a cocktail for Malorts? I mean, I feel like that's a way to do this. So I would say, why not take one of my very favorite cocktails, probably my favorite cocktail of all time, called the Hemingway Daiquiri, and bring it back to its Chicago roots, because Ernest Hemingway was born in the South Side of Chicago, and create a cocktail called the South Side Daiquiri using Chicago's own liqueur, Jeppsons Malort. Well, that's what we're going to do. I think we should do this. This right here is, of course, a tin. I'm going to be creating a cocktail called the South Side Daiquiri. We are going to be adding Chicago, the Hemingway Daiquiri, like I said moments ago. A Hemingway Daiquiri is created for a guy named Ernest Hemingway, who was from the South Side of Chicago. and so is Jeppsons Malort. So that's what we're doing. Thank you to my good friend Martin for giving me the largest grapefruit I've ever seen in my whole life. We will be using this guy. I do like it though because it is that yellow grapefruit. So like we are going to put in 3/4 of an ounce. We're going to run this on the back of that thing. Go ahead and put in 3/4 of an ounce of some grapefruit juice. We're just going to run that right along through here until we get 3/4 of an ounce we're looking for. There we go. All right, taking a bit of time, but we got time. Not going nowhere. Okay, that's about 3/4 of an ounce. I feel like that's a touch more. All right, there's that. We also, since this is a daiquiri, we're gonna go ahead and put in 1/4 an ounce of some lime juice. This is one of our limes. Go ahead and grab this guy, squeeze in 1/2 an ounce of some lime juice here. There we go. Looking real good. And there we have it. Okay. Next, we want to put in one of my very favorite ingredients, one of my old favorite ingredients, since I'm now learning that I have new favorite ingredients that I think make bring cocktails to the next level, really. This is an old favorite ingredient of mine, and that is our good friend Luxardo Maraschino liqueur. I found this out recently, and I think this is kind of interesting. Maybe you guys will think this is horribly boring, and that's fine too. But I found out that this Luxardo Maraschino liqueur is made from Marasca cherries, which are only available to Luxardo. Everybody else has to make maraschino cherries with something else, but Marasca cherries, I believe, and I'm pretty sure I read this right. Luxardo, the company, owns the Marasca cherry. They're the only ones that can use Marasca cherry. So anything else is technically not maraschino; it's something else. I learned that. It may be wrong, but I learned it. We need 1/2 an ounce of some Luxardo maraschino liqueur. Keith has got that. He's got it right. The chair monopoly. This is capitalism in action with the cherries coming full on into a large plot of the capitalist society that we live in. Luxardo decided to take care of it, and now they own all the cherries. Okay. Obviously, we're calling this a daiquiri. I would have, in fact, earlier in the day, when I was sort of tinkering with this cocktail, I thought, I think a good way to do this would just be to go full Malort. Just let's take the whole thing and let's just make this Malort. Let's make this a full Malort cocktail. We could, if we're just thinking economics at this point, 17 shots in a bottle in a 750. If you have a bar that you are trying to get Malort into, it's the new big craze, the big thing. Wouldn't it be great if you had a full Malort cocktail? Well, then I thought, listen, maybe not. Maybe people aren't ready for Malort. Maybe let's work them into Malort. Maybe that's what we're doing. So I figured instead, why not grab just a little bit of a dark rum. I'll be using. I won't be using that. Let's see. What will I be using? I had a Beach Boys rum moments ago. Oh, let me find my Beach Boys rum. One second. This is a rum called Kokomo. If the Beach Boys are watching this and are interested in me creating cocktails for them, I would love to meet any one of them. Or some of the Beach Boys are alive still, right? I think so. We are going to go ahead and put into this cocktail just about 1 ounce of a nice aged rum. Perfect. Put our Kokomo rum away. Kokomo rum's it's pretty good. Kokomo rum also has an expression that is a little different. It's vanilla. It's vanilla. It's okay. Okay. And this is the South Side daiquiri, baby. So what do we need to put in here? Oh boy. Jeppsons Malort. Jeppsons Malort, created by a guy named Carl Jeppson. It was created in the, I'll tell you all about it. Created in 1920. He used it as he went door to door he was selling his medicine so that he could sell it during Prohibition. What a smart guy. Sell it during Prohibition. So he called it medicine. He liked the strong taste because he actually had been a smoker his whole life. And he needed to be able to, when you smoke cigarettes, you start to lose your taste. So he needed something that really brought a lot of taste in here. And that's where we get the big flavors of Jeppsons Malort. So let's go ahead and put in 1.5 ounces of some Jeppsons Malort. I don't know, maybe some of my audience, maybe you are smokers, maybe you're ex-smokers, maybe you have smoked and don't smoke anymore. I would say that Jeppsons Malort might be the thing for you. So let's go ahead and put in a bunch of ice. We're going to give this a shake. Normally, when you're dealing with Jeppsons Malort, you're going to want to put a little bit more sugar in there, bring out some of those big Malorty flavors. But obviously, for this, we just want to taste the Malort. So we just want to get that Malort in there. So I'll give this a big old shake. While we do that, actually, why don't I just pour myself just a touch more, just so that we are all kind of, living that Malort life, they call it. It's really more of a Malortitude. It's like an attitude, but like all deeply about Malort. That's kind of what we're doing here. So just a yeah, that's good. And that's what we're looking for right there. Just let that Malort course through your body. That's important for us, and it's important for all of you guys. Let's grab this and pour this out. And my friends, we have a cocktail that we are calling the South Side Daiquiri. The South Side Daiquiri. It has obviously some rum in there. It has the grapefruit, which we all love grapefruit, got that nice bitterness, complemented by the Malort, the lime, and the Luxardo Maraschino. It's all good stuff in there. So why not cheers to our delicious, delicious South Side daiquiri. May it become a true titan in the daiquiri space. A tough space to break into, but if anybody can do it, I believe Jeppsons Malort can. Oh yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. We'll just take a touch more. Yeah, daiquiri is real nice, but the Malort, that is, of course, where it's at. That's what we want. We want as much Malort in our body as we possibly can. Really good. Just and you guys at home, feel free. If you have Malort in front of you, I think it's important that why even let it sit in the bottle? Just get it right down you. That's what I want. Very good. Put the rest of this in here, I guess. And we will go from there. This is Southside Daiquiri. What? Okay. Yeah. Oh, it says don't read this out loud. I don't know what to do. You want that? It's empty. Okay. Uh, I don't know what I don't know what just happened. I just got cut off, I guess. Just gonna keep drinking my Malort. Um, okay. Well, that is what we got there. It's after years and years of being an absolute Malort hater to really be shown love from a company like Jeppsons Malort um, has been a surprising turn for me, and I have really enjoyed this. In fact, I was going to do this until somebody understood what was going on. Tiki Tom did figure it out. Yeah, of course, guys. Let me just say, this was, of course, my attempt at an April Fool's joke. I myself hate Jeppsons Malort so much. What you just witnessed, that was iced tea. I made iced tea. The two cocktails before this were all iced tea. I cleared out my Jeppson's bottle moments ago and refilled it with iced tea. I think more than anything, it's important that we talk about the integrity of this show. I will not be accepting any money from anybody that I do not completely agree with. Jeppson's Malort is disgusting. It is horrible. I don't like it. I will never, ever, ever accept a sponsorship from Jeppson's Malort. It almost killed me on an airplane. I don't care for it. So April Fools, all of you. I know that we live on trust on this show. Trust me when I say that if it wasn't April Fools, I would not have done that too. Now, I do think, though, it is important at this point. This is really Malort. And I am not lying to you guys. This is really Malort. And I knew that if I did a whole show, we're going to get to Espin's. I want to do Espin's, the Moose cocktail at the end as a palate cleanser. This is really Malort. This is the Malort that was in that bottle moments ago. I think it's important that I do drink a little bit of Malort. You guys witnessed that whole situation. Maybe just a little. I have not had Jeppson's Malort. I have not had it since it almost killed me. Maybe I've had one. I think I probably had one sip. I've had one or two sips of it since it almost killed me 15 years ago. I don't like lying to you guys. So I am going to do just a little bit of Jeppson's Malort. When I decided that I was doing the show, I immediately started gagging and I feel like I'm going to throw up. Okay. Let's Oh, it does. It looks like urine, Bootopia. It looks like urine. I did fool a couple of you. Gotcha. I had to stop watching for a while. I was getting so ill. Sorry, Tiki Tom. Yeah, it is pretty gross. Okay. Jeppson's Malort is made out of wormwood. So it is about as bitter as a liquor can go. There are other Malorts out in the world that are very nice. I don't know what it is that Jeppson's Malort does to make their Malort so awful. I don't know what it is, but they're very proud of it. I'm stalling. Guys, I don't know if I can do it. Okay. Here we go. Cheers. It doesn't leave. Oh, I hate it so bad. It's horrible. It's the worst drink there is. Okay. I was really I wanted to stop Paul from making the drink because I don't think anybody should be subjected to actually drinking Malort in real life. It's so bitter. It's so it makes my tongue swell. Makes me want to throw up. I hate it. I hate every second of it. I don't like it. I don't like it. We're not going to be doing that anymore. So no more jokes. Only serious stuff from now on, guys. Okay. I have done my duty now. Yes, Keith, it was painful. As a matter of fact, thank you, Moose. Hang in there. I feel like I was going to die. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. It like burns. I did like 20 shots of that. I don't think I've done 20 shots of anything else. I have never been so stupidly drunk in my entire life. And this is a life that has had stupid drunk moments in it. I've never done 20 of anything. Thank you. Okay, good. Paul was trying to be kind. I can't imagine that that's a good cocktail. It was. Oh, okay. All right, we've done it. We've done it. That was an April Fool's. That was April Fool's joke, guys. I know that it's not exactly April Fool's, but I don't have a show on Monday, and I love April Fool's, so I wanted to see. Nice to see folks suffer for their passion, such dedication, says Mr. Highway 666. Yes, that's exactly it. I kind of want to die now. Yuck. Okay. This. Okay. I have said it before, and I will say it again. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all of you showing up. I think it's awesome that you guys are here all the time. There is one person, though, that is here all the time, often early, and under very difficult time circumstances. And that is our good friend, Espen. You may know him better as Moose. Moose is our resident Norwegian. He's our resident Norwegian, which means that since I do a live show, in order for him to be at the live show, he has to wake up incredibly early or stay up incredibly late. It's a perfect mess for when my show starts, for when Espen shows up. So, sorry, I still have the burps from the. Anyway, Espen shows up all the time, and I know you guys also have busy lives. Espen also has a busy life, and he's also waking up. So I figured just to show my appreciation to our earliest riser and our latest stayer-upperer, Moose, that we would create a cocktail for him for his birthday. I will, on occasion, make cocktails for people. Please, please. If I don't make a cocktail for you on your birthday, please don't be upset. It doesn't mean I like you any less, but my goodness, I can't even imagine waking up at 3 a.m. for anything. I don't think I've ever done it. So thank you to Moose. So we are going to start off with some of his country's native liquor. This is called Aqua Vite. It is a caraway liqueur. Basically, it's the same thing. Think of it like vodka. Think of it like gin to vodka. think of it like gin to juniper, right? Juniper gin is gin is just juniper flavored vodka. That's all I'm trying to say. This is basically just caraway flavored vodka. That's basically all it is. Of course, there's a little bit more to it, but this is a famous Norwegian brand called Linny. Because it's aged in boats, and then it is torn, or it is taken across the sea to it's put on boats and then it's aged at sea, basically what it is. So it's called Linny. I guess Linny means line, and it's the equator. How many times it crossed the equator? 2 times. So this is a cocktail that we're calling the Moose, and we are going to be putting in some aquavit into it. Moose, I assume you'll be able to get a hold of some Linny. This is a Norwegian product after all. If not, I don't know if I guess you'll figure something out. But this is we're going to be putting in, for the Moose cocktail, we're going to be putting in 1 ounce of some aquavit. Now, next bit we're going to be putting in here is going to drown out the aquavit just a little bit. I think caraway is kind of a tough. Can I just say my nose has started running because of this gosh darn Malort. I'm gonna die. Tonight is gonna be the end of me. Because caraway is such a strong liquor, we are going to reach back here and find a rum that is somewhat overproof. It doesn't need to be 151. That's not what we're looking for. I am instead going to reach back here and grab some of this guy. This is our OFTD. That stands for Oh Frick. That's delicious. Oh, fornication. That is delicious. That's what that stands for. Or else it stands for old-fashioned. What do they say it stands for? Old-fashioned traditional dark. Well, that's not exactly what it is, but it's a nice old-fashioned traditional dark rum that comes in at 69%. You want something big and heavy. If you don't have this stuff, that's fine. I think that some of the Smith & Cross also works very well in this cocktail. But find something that is overproofed, but under 151, because we're going to be putting in a whole 1.5 ounces of some overproofed dark rum. Excellent. Put that back in here. Okay. We want to give this a little spice. Obviously, we're creating a punch, the Moose Punch, I think maybe we should call it. And I, for a punch, love punching things up. For our spice section, throwing in just a little bit of this allspice liqueur. This is our the allspice dram. This is the St. Elizabeth's allspice dram. We need a 1/4 ounce. We need a 1/4 ounce of some allspice dram. There we go. I think maybe all the iced tea didn't help either. It's an awful lot of iced tea to be drinking. I don't even know what kind it was. Dandelion, I'm pretty sure. All right. One a sour, one a sweet, one a strong, one a weak, etc., etc. We need to get some lime juice in here. We need 3/4 ounce of some lime juice, and we are going to squeeze this by hand as much as we can. So we're going to squeeze this here. Right there. Right there. I don't have the Lisa Watanabe memorial cutting board here at my disposal. I don't want to cut through the bar. All right. Squeeze in 3/4 ounce of some lime juice. I believe I came up with this cocktail like 3 or 4 years ago. I was messing around with the OFTD at the time, trying to find a way to use it that other people, kind of weren't. And I came across Linny, came across the aquavit. I thought the aquavit worked really well in this guy. And then when Espen was asking what we should drink, hey, Espen, way to go. Okay, that's right there. We need some pineapple juice. Oh gosh, do I have pineapple juice in here? Kyle, Kyle, I might need pineapple juice. 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. I'm just down here, guys. I didn't go anywhere. Is pineapple juice? Need a better labeling system. Nope. Okay. Kyle, can you bring me a can of pineapple juice? I will continue on with the rest of this. In the meanwhile, we don't have fresh squeezed pineapple juice at the bar. Sorry, guys. It's a one-person bar. We don't do fresh squeezed pineapple juice. But Kyle, if you wouldn't mind, just a can of some of that delicious pineapple juice. Also in this, just to bring up a little bit of that sweetness, we're going to be putting in some grenadine. This is our homemade grenadine. That's what we're looking for. 1/2 of an ounce of some grenadine. And we wait for our good friend Kyle with his half. I'll answer some questions. Luke probably enjoys drinking alongside a heaping plate of lutefisk. Kyle, will you answer that question? Or sorry, not Kyle. Sorry, I was looking right at Kyle. No, see ya. Kyle's not answering the question either. Okay, this is pineapple juice. We need 1 full ounce of pineapple juice. Obviously, if you can get real pineapple juice, you're gonna have a much better time than this one. Lots and lots of ice. There we go. And we will give this a, do I not have the other side of the shaker? Oh, it's right here. Other side of the shaker. Big shake ready. 1, 2, 3. Keep some of that ice alive. So we have it. Oh, I got to reach right past the Malort to get to this glass. Go ahead and pump and dump this right into a cocktail glass here. Make sure you get the wash line exact on it. For all you fans of wash lines, that's what I got. Throw yourself a little straw party. It's a straw party. And Moose, do you have any suggestions for what you would like for a? You guys tried lutefisk before? What's that? Oh yeah, you guys tried lutefisk before? Yes, it's bad news. Yes, my wife Jen, the woman that saved my life in Chicago, on the south side of Chicago, has some Norwegian blood, and it is disgusting. Lutefisk is disgusting. Her father has come to stay with us every once in a while, and he has asked me where the lutefisk area of our local grocery store is, and I now know where that is. I know that we do have a lutefisk area. Show it's a the store. It's a lot. So this is it. Oh, you know what we'll do? This is since I am just coming up with the garnish for this right now. Why don't we put 2 spent limes on either side, so it has moose antlers. They look a little bit more like bunny antlers. Don't worry too much about it. Just consider these to be moose antlers. And this is a cocktail created for our friends Espen Moose, the Norwegian, who wakes up with us in the morning, drinks with us in the evenings, and laughs with us during the day. Cheers to you, pal. A very happy birthday and a very, very happy Easter tomorrow for a lot of you, for a lot of us, I suppose, for everybody. And then a April Fool's Day the next day. The bitterness of the caraway. I remember now. I'm trying to remember this cocktail. The bitterness of the caraway in this one is what sort of saves this cocktail. It lays a really nice bitter base. Now, bitterness is not my favorite thing currently, as I have just poisoned my soul from the inside out with that god-awful Malort. But the caraway presents a different type of bitterness, and I really dig it. Yeah, so luckily it's not the tradition of his area. So lutefisk is not what Espen is up to. That's good. Okay, let's So again, happy birthday, Moose. Let's all, if you guys can all from your own homes, just let's give him a Moose call. And it goes like this. Moose. Happy birthday, pal. Okay. We have some show announcements. I mentioned it earlier in the show, but now I think more of you are here. Scheduling announcements. And I know we all love scheduling announcements. That's our favorite. That's why we tune into the show, is for me getting my schedule wrong. I didn't realize that my very, very good friend Clayton was getting married somewhere away from the bar. Listen, if he had gotten married at my bar, I would have said, we'll just put the camera on and I'll do a show there. But we cannot, unfortunately, I will not be able to do a show on the day of the Kentucky Derby. So if she is still here, I will ask DC. Oh, she is still here. I will ask DC Debbie Clark if she would like to have that show the week before, so she loses a week of her championship. You know, she is the winner of the 2023 Kentucky Derby, or she would like to push it to the week afterwards, and she will gain a week in her championship year. DC, if you could just let me know. But either way, we will either be doing the Kentucky Derby a week before or a week after, because unfortunately, May 4th, somebody else has that day on lockdown. We will still, of course, be watching the, if it's up to me, DC, but we're going to do it the week after. So DC Debbie Clark will win. She will be the 2023 Kentucky Derby champion for an extra week into it. So we will be doing the Kentucky Derby May 11th. May 11th is what we're going to be doing it. So get that on your calendars. That is going to be a big day, unless one of my other friends decides that May 11th is when they're getting married, and I got to check my refrigerator for it. We have that coming up. We will also, and I think this is a really fun one, we will be going live from the Tiki Oasis coming up here at the end of April. I will have an opportunity to meet a lot of you that are going to be at the Tiki Oasis. Very excited. We'll have them all on as guests. It'll be that whatever that weekend is between the 24th and the 28th of April. That will be a big show where you will get to see some of your favorites if they want to be on the show. People like Bon Bon, people like Doug, people like Lulu. I just found out that Keith will be there. I just found out that Avery will also be there. It will be a huge show for a very select people, which is mostly you. So tune into that. And yeah, May 11th. The Derby will be May 11th. The rest of it, this other thing is going to be April 20. Let's call it 4th, 7th. 27th, something right around there. So we have some very fun big shows coming to you, but this week we are coming back to you on Tuesday with our very favorite day, the day that gets the most views of all the days, Tiki Tuesday. So pop on back here for Tiki Tuesday. We'll be doing another version of the test pilot. I believe we'll probably be doing the jet pilot. So tune in for the jet pilot on Tuesday, and then Thursday, and then Saturday. Listen, it never ends. This will never ever end. It just keeps going and going. I don't mean that in like an existential crisis kind of way, but it just never ends. Does anybody come to Makahiki here in Indy? Well, Tom, let me just say real quick. As of very recently, my dad lives in Indiana, and I've been looking for a reason to see him. When is it? And maybe we'll go there too. Honestly, big Tiki tour. We're taking this on the Tiki tour. Let me know where that is, Tom. In the meanwhile, remember, guys, that these classes will always remain free, but if you can help out, there's a couple ways to do it. One of those ways is to find our Patreon right down there. There's lots of different levels. And as I'm always saying, and sometimes doing. We are adding new and fun things to the Patreon. It helps keep the lights on at the bar, though. So if you are a fan of the bar, that's a great way to help out. I also have a PayPal and a Venmo right down there. All of that's great. All of that's a wonderful way to do it. If you can't do any of that, I try and put up, last week was a mess, but I will be putting up some videos this week. If you see one of my videos and it has the big letters right across here, and then my head sticking through the letters somehow, click one of those. It's a 10-minute or less video, and it sort of walks through the best parts of our live classes. And also teaches you how to make the drink. So watch those, like those, subscribe to those, and share those. Find other people that you think might like those and send them our way. We want more and more people to show up here. And if you can't do any of that, I understand that times are tough. The best thing you can do is exactly what you're doing right now, which is show up. We do classes Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Any day with a T in it, that's Dr. Cush's day at 6 p.m. Pacific time. That is that. Cheers. In the meanwhile, I'm going to run these credits. I'm going to invite you guys in here real quick. If you guys want to join and say hello, I would love to talk to you. Take a shot of anything but Malort. This Moose Punch is much better than the Hemingway Corpse. Yes, I agree. I couldn't agree more. It is a much better cocktail than the Hemingway Corpse. Yeah. Oh, Corpse Survivor. What the hell? What the hell is the Hemingway Corpse Survivor? Then basically, okay. It's called the Southside Daiquiri. I think we were talking about. But anyway, it's a nice cocktail. Listen, I wouldn't have given it to you if I thought it was a crappy cocktail. It's a good cocktail. It's got some oomph to it. Anyway, if you guys want to join, sorry, I thought. Never mind. Don't worry about what I thought. Join right here if you guys want to say hi. I'd love to take a shot with you guys. Like I said, anything but Malort, probably Fernet. And in the meanwhile, as always, what do we say when we don't have the thing turned on? We say, damn it, why didn't I turn this thing on earlier? Because it would have made the outro so much easier. Because then I could just go right into it and not have to worry about saying things like,
goodbye.
I didn't think I would stick that landing. Goodbye.
Yes! All right! Woo! Sure, why not? I don't know.
My father gave me a small loan of $1 million. Wow. This is the way we talk in Tucson, Arizona.
Save your questions until I'm through. Why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer.
I'm gonna drink a lot of beer and stay out all night. Give me your biggest, strongest, cheapest drink. How about that drink?
All right. We have a couple people in here. First of all, let me introduce our resident birthday boy. This is none other than
Hey guys.
Hey Moose, how are you, buddy? Happy birthday! I'm bummed.
Hey, very good.
I'm bummed we won't have a show on your birthday, but hopefully the Moose Punch did you well.
Yeah. I just
Hopefully
want to. I'm visiting my parents this Easter, and I found this. What I bought many years ago. It's
Get
moose.
out of town!
That's-
It's a Moose shot glass. You were destined to be called Moose from the very moment that you started drinking, pal.
And of course, in Easter we eat moose
Oh,
candy.
he froze.
I don't know.
That is amazing. Moose gummy bears. I love it. Oh my god.
And just to show how crazy my dad is about the akvavit, this is some of his akvavits. So yes.
Got the there's Lenny. He's got Lenny. Yeah. Wow, look at those aquavits, man. If you don't mind, make the moose punch with a couple of the aquavits. Tell me which one you think it is, and then I'll throw this drink up onto Kindred Cocktails. We'll call it. It'll be up there forever. It'll be your cocktail.
Thank you very much.
I
saw that you have made an episode many years ago from Fjords. Is that drink?
The Fjords. I remember. So I made I did the Fjords a while ago.
Yeah. This would also contain akvavit, but I don't know if that's the same recipe. But I
there's also there's the Norwegian Paralysis, which is a great tiki cocktail that calls for aquavit. So that's a really good one. Yeah. Speaking of really good ones, let me bring in my good friend Paulie B in the place to be. What's up, buddy? Oh, did you drink the Malort?
There's still some left in here.
Oh, you should try a little bit of it. You should try a little bit of it without it, Paul. I did it. It's time. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna have just a touch of Fernet, but I think you should finish that Malort. It's not good for anything else.
I got the Fernet.
Okay, well, never mind then. Don't have all the fun in the life, Paul. All right, let's pour a little bit of our shot here to our good friends. To our good friend. What do we say? We say skull in skull to our very good friend, the birthday boy. Skull to Moose. Cheers. All right. Moose, big plans for the birthday this weekend?
I'm thinking pretty calm tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. On Monday, so now on Tuesday. So we'll see. I will celebrate. I'll have a plan 13th April. I'll have a big party.
Okay. Well, as long as you have something going, buddy. Thank you so much again for being with us, man. The community would not be the same without you, and we love having you here. So, very happy birthday.
Can I go on huge wedding? So I'll see if I manage to drop by or not.
Okay. Well, listen, we love that you're part of it. We would love it if you're here, but if you're not, we won't be offended. Just
you're in my mind, in my heart.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Yeah. That's all we want. That's where we keep you. Cheers, buddy, and a very, very happy birthday. And Paul, good to see you, pal. As always, always a pleasure, never a chore.
Talk next week.
I just lost him. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for showing up. Very happy birthday to Moose, and very, very good tidings to all of you. May your week be spectacular. I don't have a profound anything to say there. Let's hang out some other time. Tuesday, Tiki Tuesday, we'll be making a cocktail called the Jet Pilot. As we always say.
May I please have a drink, please?
That's good enough. Bye-bye.